Hi guys, it's me again, it's JB here, and once again we're at the stage of the summer where the inevitable rant video about my team, Burnley Football Club, is upon us again. Our usual annual moan at the lack of investment at the football club, but I'm even more frustrated that ticket prices, especially in the Bob Lord stand, have got up. I'll touch on that first. Burnley Football Club brought out their prices for the Brighton match. This is match day prices, not season tickets. Although season tickets, I don't know if the season tickets are risen or not. I don't know. I don't have a season ticket anymore for obvious reasons due to work and other commitments. So that's why I don't have a season ticket with Burnley anymore. Not only that, I can't really afford to buy one. But sometimes I tend to go on the odd game. Now, the Bob Lord stand. Now, if you're not familiar with the layout of the Turf Moor Stadium, the Bob Lord stand, if you watch Burnley on TV at home and you see a little stand with poles on it, that is the Bob Lord stand. It's the main stand basically where all the directors sit. And I've been in a couple of times to watch football games, and I've been a couple of times, and the view in there isn't the greatest. You've got those poles that restrict your view a little bit, and it's not the best thing. I once went to a game against Bournemouth, I think, at Turf Moor about 3 or 4 years ago, and last day of the Premier League season, and I think I paid something like £30. I watched a decent game, but I was restricted in certain areas, so I had to lean over like that or like that, and it was just, I didn't really enjoy it, and we lost 2-1. But if you want to go in the middle part of that stand now, this is my problem. £50, 50 chuffing pounds. I mean, I don't know what Alan Pace is doing, but £50 to go and watch a Premier League football match in a town like Burnley. Now, for those who have never been to Burnley, or those who don't know what Burnley is, or what the town's like, it's a very working class northern town in the northwest of England. It's in Lancashire, East Lancashire, so it's on the border of Lancashire and Yorkshire, but it's on the right side of the border, so Lancashire, so it's red rose rather than white. Burnley's a working class town with a population of around 85,000 people. Probably 100,000 if you include the Pendle areas, so your Combs, your Trawdens, your Barnoldswicks, your Nelsons, your Brightfields, and that, whatever. And a lot of the people there, the population around those parts, are predominantly working class people. Who are not well-to-do. They're not the prawn sandwich brigade. They've been brought up properly. They've been brought up with things like that, and money. And in some cases, there are a lot of people out of work in Burnley. It's the only problem is quite well there. But what Pace and his American chums have seemed to forgot. I don't think they've done a survey of the fans, and I've had a look at the town as a whole, because Burnley is a working class town, always has been and always will be. We're not going to be New York or London or Paris or Rome. We're Burnley, right? We're not Los Angeles, right? We'll always be the town famous for Benedictine and Holland's pies and Afner's pies and Christ knows what else, and terraced houses and Coronation Street style terraces. That's what we're, cobble streets. That's what we're famous for. Mills, even though there's no mills left. But £50 to go and watch a football game. I mean, if you took a family of 4 and you paid £50 for 2 adults, that's £100. Kids are going to be another 20 quid, £20 each, so you get 140 quid. Then you've got your transport costs. Say you come from Barnoldswick, for example, that's another 40 quid. And then you've got your food and your drinks and your programmes. You're looking at £200. Now, to a lot of average families of 4 in Burnley, that's a lot of money that simply they can't afford. It is unbelievable, and I think Alan Pace needs to take a serious look. I mean, to be fair, I've looked at the price list. £30 for most of the areas I don't have an issue with £30, but £50? Come on, wise up. 40, £50. I would not pay that sort of money to go and watch a football game. Sorry, people might call me a skinflint, whatever, but considering where Burnley are as a Premier League club, with hardly any decent players, our squad's spread bare. We've only made two major signings so far. That's Hennessy, final window, which I'm going to touch on in about a couple of minutes' time. I think you want value money. I mean, it'd be cheaper to go to the bloody theatre. I'll be honest with you. I think the mechanics, if you go to the Burnley Mechanics and watch a comedy show, I think it'd be a lot more cheaper. You get value for your money. Probably get a pie and chip supper. I don't know, but £30 is probably about the limit a football supporter should spend. As well as I'm still an advocate of football being a game that should be for the working class person. I can't say working man anymore because I probably get done by the politically correctness brigade. So I'm going to say working people, because there's a lot of women who work hard as well during the week who may give it a football. I don't know, but they want to earn their money, and they want to, and at the end of the week when they've had a stress, when work may have stressed them out or family life stressed them out, the working person wants to go down and be entertained, and football is one of the biggest attractions in Burnley. Has been for hundreds of years now, and I believe that these Americans, Mr. Pace and his chums, are pricing the average Joe out of going to football, and I don't think that's right. Every foreign owner, right, is too interested in trying to please the poor on sandwich brigade, the posh toffs, right? You don't get many of those, with all due respect, in Burnley. We're a working class town, but we're down to earth folk. That's what Burnley folk are. I'm famous all over the world for. I'd like to think I'm a down to earth bloke. I'm proud of where I come from. I love my roots. I'm a proper northerner. I've got northern charm. And I just think it's wrong to charge people £50 to go and sit in a wooden seat in a 45-year-old stand with a restricted view. It's ridiculous, and I think the football club needs to rethink the prices. I'd be happy with all areas of the ground between £30 to £35. There you are, your problem's solved there. 25, maybe 30, between £25 and £35 for adults, and then obviously lower prices for the OAPs and for the youngsters and whatnot. But that's my view on the ticket pricing. Now the biggie. This is what's angering me the most this summer. We've got new owners, as you know, in Alan Pace and his ALK people, right? And there were promises that there would be massive investment in players this summer. Those promises, apart from Nathan Collins and Wayne Hennessy, have not really come to fruition. And again, every single summer I'm having to make the same old chuffing video. What are Burnley doing in the window? We've been, we're desperate. I mean, our squad is threadbare. How we survived last season and finished. We finished 17th. I don't care if the pandemic was hindering us slightly. The home form was shocking, pandemic or not. Whether there was fans in or not. If the fans had been in, we'd have been right on them. On the lads. The attitude of the club stinks, and I'm afraid Sean Dyche has got to be blamed for that. I've literally no problems with Sean Dyche as a tactician, but when it comes to signings, I don't think he's got the last few years. I don't think he's got it right. Now, my problem again, we've signed two players for the first team. Right, we've signed a goalkeeper in Wayne Hennessy. Okay, we needed a backup, that's fine. I don't think Norris is good enough, and I don't think Bailey Peacock Farrell has been anywhere good enough. They both had goals at the end of last season when Pope got injured, and they were not good enough to that level that I expected from when Nick Pope, a good keeper like Nick Pope, sets the standards. I expect Peacock Farrell, Alan and Will Norris to at least obtain some of the standards that Nick Pope and Tom Heaton before him aspire to as a Burnley goalkeeper. I have seen nothing in those two to suggest that they're going to be successors to Nick Pope when he leaves. He's not good enough. They're not good enough by half. Well, Norris is certainly not good enough, and I don't think Peacock Fowler is good enough. Although he's gone now. He's gone to... Where's he gone? He's gone to Sheffield Wednesday, hasn't he? So that's a good move for him. I think playing regular first team football will help. But Norris, I still don't want him at the club. He's not good enough. Nathan Collins has come in as a centre back. Why? Why do we sign defenders every single summer? Why do we sign defensive players? We are crying out for extra wingers. We've let Brady go. McNeil's subject of a transfer bid from Aston Villa. They'll have money to burn with Grealish's with the imminent sale of Jack Grealish, so they'll be testing Burnley's resolve. It's a worrying moment. I think our midfielders are getting another year older. I don't think Jack Cork is anywhere near good enough now. We need players in. I mean, we've been linked with this Cornet from I think that's how you pronounce it, Cornet from Ligue 1. He looks a player. I've seen him in action. We've been linked with Will Hughes, Ademola Lookman. You know, if we could get at least 3 or 4 of these sort of players in, then the transfer window would have been a success. And we're only 4 decent players, 4 quality players away from a successful transfer window. So why on earth is Sean Dyche and Alan Pace absolutely, utterly fannying about? It's ridiculous. Every single season it was bad enough with bloody Garlic, and now Pace is broken promises. A week and a half before the Premier League season begins, and we, apart from 2 players that will not make the first team for at least a year, because I can bet you a pound to the penny Hennessy's number 2, and Collins will be behind Tarkowski, me and Long in the pecking order. Where's the strength? Our squad is bloody February, and Nob and Dyche and Pace between them have done absolutely diddly squat. It's not good enough. All these promises, all these servers of us fans, and about 95% of Burnley fans said sign new quality players. I'm beginning to think I shouldn't bother. I want Burnley to do well. I want my club to do well, right? And before any keyboard warrior starts jumping on, don't moan and groan and all that for the sake of groaning, I'm a passionate Burnley fan. I've been supporting Burnley man and boy for 20 years. So any keyboard warriors that want to have a pop at me, you can do what I throw, as I said. If you don't like what I put out, you don't like my opinion, don't watch it. You know what I mean? Or any naysayer, get behind your club. I'll get behind the club when they start actually showing a little bit of ambition. I don't want us finishing 17th everybody year. I want us to finish higher. Maybe one year win a cup. I've had enough. This last 2 or 3 years, it's been tough to support Burnley. We don't take the cup seriously. Another problem. We don't take the cup seriously enough. You know, I'd love a run in the Carabao. I'd love a one in the FA Cup this year, especially with it being on terrestrial TV, all of it. What a chance to showcase Burnley in front of millions of people in a good way. But our board and our manager, and don't get me wrong, I love Sean Dyche. He's a great man managing, and he's done magnificently well. He's the second best Burnley manager since the days of Harry Potts. And listen, I'm happy to still have him, but he needs to stop. Him and Pace between him need to stop fannying about. And Sean, come on, sign that deal, will you? These sort of videos has become an annual thing, or a 6-month annual thing with me every transfer window. And the frustrating fact about it is we're 4 quality players in midfield short of being a good squad. The front four now, I think the front four, we should stick with the front four we've got. Chris Wood has been magnificent in the recent Olympics for New Zealand. Barnes is back sharper. I've seen him score a couple of goals in friendlies games. Rodriguez has looked sharp. Vidra, you know what to expect with him, especially what he did last season. So the four strikers that we've got, they're more than capable enough. What we need now is some pacey wingers, a new body in the central midfielder, a quality body in central midfielder. Maybe Will Hughes could be the man. There was talk about Maitland-Niles, but apparently Arsenal wants some stupid money for him. But you know, there's more there's more than one quality player out there. We don't just have to go after Ainsley Maitland-Niles. He's only one player. We should have several irons in the fire. If Maitland-Niles is too much, we go after somebody like Will Hughes. It's not a problem. Just start buying quality, Burnley. But Dyche, Pace, please, for the love of God, start buying players. Get the quality in that's going to enhance the squad and take it to the next level. We need to show a bit of ambition. I don't expect us to win the Premier League. I don't expect us to get into Europe. I don't want another relegation scrap. I don't want to be scrapping it out with bloody Brentford next season for that final spot. No way. So for the love of God, Pace, and for the love of God, Sean Dyche, please get some quality players in. Well, 4 quality midfield players, 2 wingers, maybe 3 wingers, and a central midfield player away from having a very, very competitive squad next season. Now, please do what us fans tell you, because we are the biggest judges of them all. Yeah? We might not know about how difficult playing the game is or managing the club is. We might not know that, but we're the biggest critics. And I've had enough with the same old cloak and dagger crap that's been coming out of this club for 5 years. You know, it's not been a great summer really. Riggy's going, Pace is letting him go. Darren Bentley, the media man. Okay, I've never seen eye to eye with Daz Bentley, but he did a good job. He's upgraded the Clarets player, and it's great coverage. I'll give him that, and you know, he's a fantastic guy. Honestly, I speak to him on Twitter on a daily basis, and he is a good bloke deep down, even though he's not, you know, he's not my favourite cup of tea, but he's done a good job as media man. He must have done for 15 years. But we need to stop the negativity around the football club. This cloak and dagger stuff, it's not healthy. Come on, Josh. Come on, Pace. Keep your promises. That's it. Well, that's it for me. I needed to get that out. It was, you know, it's been a long time coming, this video. You know, I've given it until August before I made my judgments. It's a week and a half before the start of the season. We should have all the players we should have in there at the start. And, you know, I must admit, when July came and we signed Collins and Hennessy, I thought this might be different, but as it turned out, so far, it's the same old boring story. All the excuses are being lined up if we can't get certain players. It's not good enough. I don't want excuses, I want facts. Anyway, if you enjoyed that video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. And hit that notification bell as well, so you know what videos are coming up next. I can tell you as well, I'll be on JB Sports and the Commentary Hub. I'll be making my first appearance since the Euro final on the Commentary Hub and JB Sports as a commentator. I'm going to be doing the match commentary of the Community Shield between Leicester City and Manchester City. Will they sign Jack Grealish in time? It's a big story I've stumbled on here in preparation for the game. I've started prepping for that, so that should be good. Join myself and John Kane around about 4:50 on Saturday afternoon for the whole 90 minutes of that game, and we'll bring it to you live on JB Sports, JJack Sports, Dorm FM, Periscope, Twitch and Twitter and all that bumbo jumbo. But anyway, that's coming up. We'll try and bring you some cricket commentaries as well. But anyway, from this video at least, don't forget to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bells, and from me, JB, take care and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.